Welcome to the Arabesque-scissors YouTube channel. I'm Ali Phillips, and in this video I'd like to talk to you today about zipper tape. Now, zipper tape, if you didn't already know, is zipper that comes by the meter, and as you can see there are no zipper pulls on this tape. So if this is something that you've been interested in learning to use, but the fact that the zipper pulls aren't on here has put you off, I'm going to show you today a very quick and easy method to get your zipper pulls on and get them right every time. Now, if you like sewing instructional videos that help you grow in your abilities as a sewist and level up your projects, please consider giving this video a like and hitting that subscribe button. So a few years ago, this zipper tape, but you could buy by the meter, came out onto the market in a much more mainstream way, and it's only gotten better since then. Now you can buy zipper tapes that are rainbow, stripy, all kinds of woven patterns, and you can get teeth in all sorts of designs, and even more exciting is you can get pulls of all different shapes and sizes and themed ones. People are designing their own, and so there are a lot of indie designers out there who are making really amazing pulls. But the one daunting thing about this is you'll notice it doesn't come with the pulls on it. So I'm going to show you today a really quick and easy way to put these on, and you'll realise that all it takes is a bit of practice, and while it is a little bit fiddly, it doesn't need to stop you from using this fabulous stuff. So one of the misconceptions I had about zippers was that it only zipped in a particular direction. So it actually doesn't. You can zip it closed from either end. It just depends on which end that you put the zipper pull on. So when you have a look at your zipper pull, you'll see that it has a wide opening here with two sides on it, and the zipper teeth feed in through that, and it comes out the other end, and it will be nicely zipped together, nicely closed. So what you need to decide is which direction you want this to go in, and it really doesn't matter. But whatever way you put it on, that is the way that it will zip shut. And another thing that you need to realise is that these zipper teeth are interlocked in a stepped pattern. So you will see that each of these zipper teeth, if you have a close look at your zipper, is offset by one from the one before. So they're just slightly higher, and if I just interlock my fingers like this, you'll see what I mean. There's a gap between them, and each one of them is higher than the one before. And you'll notice if you have a look at your zipper when you've got it on, that will mean that there is just a little gap at the top here, particularly a bit more defined when there's a chunkier zip like this. That's because each of these teeth is just slightly offset, so that there's a little gap there. So what we want to make sure when we put our zipper pull on is that we don't have a really large bubble here where the zipper teeth are offset by more than one. We really only want them just offset just by one step. But the good thing about this is that you can put this on your tape as many times as you want. If you can't get it lined up the first time, just zip it off the other end and start again. Okay, so I'm just going to pick an end that I'm going to put mine on, and I'm going to unzip my tape just a couple inches, and I'm going to trim off just one of the sides by about an inch. And the reason I'm going to do this is because when you're going to feed this in, it's much easier to have one side already into the pull, and then you only have to worry about getting this other side in. So you can start this with both of these trimmed at level, but then you've got two sides to worry about, and I've found that that's much fiddlier because one of them typically ends up coming out again. So you want to work on a flat surface. You're going to feed this long end in like so, and move it up just a little bit. And then you're going to make sure that it's up the tape just enough so that this other side is going to be just a little bit lower than this opening. So if you sort of pull these back together, you can see that this is just a little bit lower. I'm just going to take this second end and feed that into the opening as well. And then I'm going to grab the pull and put both my fingers on this tape and then just give it a pull and slide it up the tape like that. And what we're after is just a little bit of an opening there, not much of a gap. We don't want to have a really big bubble there. If you find that you've got a big bubble there, then just zip it up and pull it off the other end of the tape and you can start again. So I'm just going to push this up a little bit further and unzip my tape again and just put this second one on and just demonstrate this again. So you're just going to feed that in through on the long side that we've got there, just up enough until we can see here that the teeth on the shorter side are just going to be just lower than that opening. And then I'm going to feed that in like so, just enough so that it's just in there, and put my two fingers on here, push down onto the table and zip it up, and you can see that that's nicely zipped on. And in fact I think that that one's aligned even better than this one. So what I'm going to do is zip that all the way off the end and start again. Now I've got a bubble on the other side. So just keep fiddling around with it. Until you're happy with the way it looks. There we go.